Alrighty, howdy neighbors and welcome back to Cemetary Mary. Last time we helped Twyla steal, and this time we're about to do stuff to the elderly. I hope not. Also, I just now started reading the sign on the back. Some things are closer than they appear. Get your eyes examined. Which is rude. Oh good, no one to interrogate us about where we're here. This already became 10 times easier. In fact, this is a good place to start. What do you mean? That's what I mean, Mary. I'm gonna look through the computer. Twyla, please don't. Mary, please. Don't make a bigger deal of this than it is. I'm not stealing anything, and it's for the greater good, alright? Stop making me go over this. Okay, but only because it's for the greater good. Good. Well, I'll get started. Go out there and distract them. But how? Oh no, it's your job. Ask nurses where things are, pretend you're entertainment. Even fake a medical emergency, I don't care. Just make sure no one comes over here. If you spot anyone coming over here, stop them. Or alert me so I can get out. How should I alert you? Oh no, shout something like, "Look at deer!" and point at the nearest window. I'll know what it means when I hear it. Alright, that makes sense. Good. Now get on out there. We don't want to waste any time. Right. As instructed, I walked further in, into what appeared to be a common room. There were some elderly people there, as well as around 3 or 4 nurses to watch them. I collected a few odd glances as they entered, but it was important that I not look suspicious. So when it comes to me, I just tried to smile and look inviting. But being a distraction proved more difficult than I thought it would be. Talking to people didn't seem like the right way to go about it. I didn't know what I would have said. I don't want to say the wrong thing, come off as even more suspicious. I'm sure I just looked nervous enough as it is. I kept looking over to Twyla. She was already steady at work, it seemed. I don't know what she was even looking for. She clearly knew what she was doing, but maybe she thought I wouldn't understand it or something. Maybe she was scared I wouldn't agree to be doing this if I knew. I tried to appear distracting, keep a lookout. I also tried to look through the drawers and bookshelves when people's eyes weren't on me. It felt dirty and wrong, even if it was a common area. I didn't like snooping at all, and all. I did not like snooping, and all. I can't read. But it's not like it mattered, I guess. I didn't find anything important. But at one point I noticed. A nurse heading to the front desk. I was about to shout the whole deer plan, but good thing I turned to check before I yelled. So when I looked back there, Twyla was gone. That's strange. Where'd she go? Did she just get up and head somewhere else without telling me? She didn't leave the building, right? Or did she already get caught because I wasn't checking enough? Well, either way, it was no use to me being in the common area anymore. I made my way out and went to go look for her. Of course, if she was snooping around, I couldn't just out and call her name. I tried to be quiet as I looked, and made sure to keep a lookout for anything strange as I did. I did actually happen across something strange. There was a trail of something on the floor. I noticed it as I looked down. It was a stain spread across the floor. It wasn't red, so I don't think it was blood or anything. I bent down really close. It even vaguely smelled like fruit, if that made sense. Something familiar, and yet it seemed unfamiliar too. I couldn't exactly pin what it was. Something about it just felt off. It wasn't the type of stain you're supposed to find here. All I knew was what it looked like, and that it formed a trail. Naturally, I started to follow it. But I didn't get very far. "Excuse me, miss." I heard a woman's voice speaking to me harshly. I looked up to see a nurse in front of me. She did not look happy. "Oh, hello there. What are you doing?" "What do you mean?" "I looked for something. Particularly, I noticed you in the common room earlier. Now you're looking around the halls. What is it you're here for?" Because it doesn't seem like you came here to visit someone. Oh, no, I did. I was surprised they weren't in the common room, so I went to look for their room. But I couldn't remember the number. Really now. Who is it you came to visit then? My grandpa. I came here to visit my grandfather. You can't mistake him. He looks a lot like me. We both got red hair and glasses. I mean, I don't have glasses, but he does. He's pretty old, and what's his name? His name. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. What am I supposed to say? If I say the wrong thing, I'm doomed. I felt absolutely concerned now. But it was then that I noticed. Twyla. She was all the way at the end of the hall, right past the nurse in front of me. She jumped out, spotted me as I was looking for her. It felt like she was crossing into some other room, but I guess she noticed it looked like I was in trouble. I had to call her over. Maybe she could help me. So through the computer after all. She can give the nurse the name she was looking for, but what should I do? She's busy being a criminal. I got this. I decided I couldn't call Twyla over. She might be onto something. Or trying to remain hidden. I'd mess everything up if I made her presence known. Tried to signal with my eyes to Twyla. I went out of my head a bit, to show that she could leave and that I was okay on my own. She jumped and got the message and hurried out of there. And now, of course, I was stuck here. What are you doing? Oh, sorry. I got the switching issue. The rest of the family, haha. Oh, wait. You're Rightward's kid. Ed Rightward? Yes, it's my granddad. Yeah, he mentioned something about his grandchild coming to visit soon. I would warn you, his opinion of you isn't very high. Oh? I'll take you to his room. Follow me. I was able to get off easier than I thought. I followed her to the stranger's room. She dropped me off and left on her way. Well, I guess I'm stuck here. If she sees me looking through the halls again, no doubt she'd be suspicious. I could stay here for a while. I'm sure Twyla will message me if she needs me, or if it's time to go anyways. Pulled out a stool and sat across from the old man in front of me. Guess I hadn't introduced myself. Hello, sir. Hello, Mr. Ed. Who's there? Hello, Mr. Ed. It's very nice to meet you. I hope this isn't too awkward. Sorry, let me turn my hearing aid on. Blind as bad and already losing my hearing too. Alright, now come again. Who is this? I hadn't visited him forever. Hi, my granddaughter. Both of these are bad. It's all bad. Do as I say, not as I do. And don't lie to the elderly like this. All of this is bad. Do not pull a Twyla. Do not do anything like this. This is not cool. Anyway. Granddaughter. He. Let's try Lassie. I have 4 grandsons. Not a single granddaughter. I may be old, but I still got a little memory left in me. I see. Sorry I tried to lie to you. I'm Mary. I don't think you heard me say it earlier, but it's very nice to meet you. Ed, and a pleasure to meet you too. I'm sorry, I don't really know what to talk about. Well, for starters, why don't you tell me why you're here? It seems a little suspicious to get a sudden visitor I don't know. Oh, well, I don't know if I should. What is that? You're not up to anything bad, are you? Oh, no, not at all. In fact, I'm here for a good reason. I'm with a friend, too. Well, she's not with me now, but... She saw me get in trouble with a nurse, and I made sure she didn't get in trouble as well. But I guess I was kind of able to get myself out of trouble, too, so it's okay. Pah! Nurses are a bunch of hard asses. Oh my. What? It's true. Acting like they got a baby us all the time. Let me tell you, just because I'm wearing diapers doesn't mean I'm a baby. Haha, I see. Are they really so annoying? Oh, Oh, do you know it? Don't get me wrong here. There are a few sweethearts, but wowee! Some of these folks need to take a... what is it called? A chill pill? I use chill pill on my students. Yeah, one of those. I'm sure they want to make sure you're okay. Yeah, I get it. I'm sure it ain't an easy job. But it's a bit hard to be around them acting so strictly all the time. Even when you don't need them to be. How do you mean? Well, they ain't always the nicest company, that's all. Do not enjoy the company. Well, it isn't awful, but I'd much rather hang around friends and family and people like that. Oh, why can't you? You're dead. Oh. I'm so sorry for your loss. You okay? That was all of us. None of my friends seem to have lost as long as I did. And your family? Well, they ain't dead. Most of them ain't. But they might as well be. Why'd you say that? Hell, they never come to visit me. Only showed up to visit at my old house when my wife died. None of them wanted to take care of me. But who would, right? Stuck me in here fastest chance they got. Sorry. That's a taboo. I shouldn't be talking like that. Some of them actually called to say they'd come visit soon. So, I'm sorry. That's really sad. Ah, phooey. Don't worry about that. I guess it's just expected when you're old. People see you less and less the older you get. I know this is sudden, but you mentioned your wife died. Might ask you some things about your wife, if that's alright. Please? Sure. Going straight into the how is bad. So we're gonna go to when. When did she die? It was a while ago. Can't say I remember exactly when. Hard to keep track of time at all nowadays. Right. Well, how did she pass peacefully at least? I'm sorry, was that too brash? I hope it was peaceful. She deserved only the best, the sweetheart she was. I hope. If they're not visiting me, they better be visiting her. Who? Wife? Who else? Being in my state, I can't visit her. So those children of mine better be paying their respects. Giving her the company I can't. Actually, it may sound very strange, but I think I've met her before. Well, I live very close to the cemetery, and, I think... Oh. I like to make sure that every person has at least a flower. Your last name. It seems very familiar to me. I think I've met her before. So I hope I can reassure you that she hasn't been forgotten. Is that so? You really do that? For someone you don't even know? Well, yes. I believe that people always deserve respect, even after passing. And if you feel she is not getting enough, well, I'm more than happy to be able to provide. And I can visit you too. Like here. See, the family doesn't visit you enough, right? Well, I'm sure I can make time to visit you here. Maybe I'll be able to take you to visit your wife too. I'm sorry, I just got a bit weird there, didn't I? I'd like that. You would really? I'm glad then. I can say much else. A nurse popped in to check on us. Woohoo! Hello! How's everything going in here? Everyone doing okay? Oh yes, thank you. Glad to hear it. Well, I'm coming to bring you your special lunch in. Lunchtime already. I see, thank you. The nurse pulled out one of the small folding tables and placed down a tray of food for Ed. Ed sipped a spoonful of soup and coughed. I immediately began to worry he was choking, but then... Oh! What is happening? Ed. Oh dear, oh my. Don't worry, this will be fine. You need to call for some help, that's all. So the nurse reached over and pulled out what looked like a walkie-talkie. She scrambled to get it working as she voiced that there was an emergency. Before I knew it, nurses started to flood the room as I was pushed out by them. I tried to look over to see what was happening, but it was no use. There were too many of them. And I was also too short to see past. A tight feeling in my throat as I nervously fiddled my hands together. I didn't know what happened. I tried to listen in. With all the nurses talking and panicking at once, it was hard. I think I heard something about an ambulance, but I couldn't make sure. I wasn't sure what to do next, but then... Twyla, there you are. Hey, what's going on there? The man. The guy. Use your words, Mary. The guy in there. He's sort of choking. And now a bunch of nurses are in there trying to fix it. I think I heard one of them call for an ambulance. Really? That's a lucky break for us then. Huh? Well, if they're on there, I can scoop even further without getting caught. But Twyla! He's having an emergency! Yeah, and... What if it's the work of the butcher? Think about it. Maybe this is because the butcher really did decide to strike here today. Maybe they're still around. Maybe we can catch them. Or find something they left behind. Twyla, please. Come on, who knows how much time we have. You may let this opportunity go to waste, but I won't. If you're not gonna look for me, then wait outside until I'm done. Looking whether you like it or not. Twyla, no! No choice, I had to follow Twyla. No, you don't! No, you do not! I don't want her doing something even worse. Luckily, most of the doors she tried to go in were locked anyway. But then she tried getting into the kitchen. She could step aside. I reached out and tried to pull her back. She was insistent on getting in. Twyla, stop it! Let go, Mary. I need to look. No, you do not. It's fine. I saw something in her earlier, but I couldn't get a close enough look until now. So get off. Or you... before you really get on my nerves. You said you wouldn't be... you said you wouldn't be like this. Twyla, this is going way too far. It's not like we're real police or detectives or something. We're trespassers, Twy. We don't know how long everyone will be gone for. If someone comes back and sees us in here, we can get in big trouble. Please. It's not worth it. You're right. Fine then. Let's go. I go to Twyla and we started down the hall. In the corner of my eye, I swear I saw her rush in really quickly. I turned around, she was right behind me. So I want to believe she didn't do anything underhanded. Twyla took out her phone and made sure the chauffeur was on his way. Didn't even realize I'd already gotten it near the time we planned to leave. We stepped out of the building and into soft sunshine. It felt so strange to have everything seem so peaceful out here, as compared to the chaos going on inside. I so swelled in my chest, but I assured myself they had everything under control as we sat on the curb and waited for our ride. We didn't say much. I was fine with that. Before I knew it, our ride showed up and we crawled into the back seat. As we drove off, I noticed the ambulance, sirens blaring, pulling up to the front of the house. My heart sank once again. During the ride, I looked over at Twyla. She seems to be texting like crazy on her phone. She seemed frustrated. It's probably my fault, I figured. I tried to make sure I was still on the good side. Twyla? Are you mad at me? I'm sorry, I don't think I was cut out for this as you'd like me to be. It's fine. I'm not upset. You sure? Yes. I collected a lot of information from there. I'll have a lot to go over when I analyze my findings later. Oh, I'm glad then. The rest of the road was mostly quiet, but she asked me where I wanted to be dropped off. As my go-to, I told her to let me off at the cemetery. She called me a weirdo. Dropped me off there anyways. This way, it was pretty uneventful after that. But I am really, really thankful for that. I don't know what I would have done had something else awful happened. I went home at my usual time and carried on as normal. Where were you today? You're not already here, are you? Why do you think that I am? Because something bad happened today. Oh? What was that? I don't know if I should tell you. Then how would I know what you're talking about? I think we should tell him. Might not, we got nothing else to do. I went somewhere today. While I was there, someone started having a medical emergency. They called an ambulance, and I was told I should leave. I see. I'm sorry I had to go through that. By any means, I hope you feel better about what happened soon. Try not to think about it too much. Get a good night's sleep. I always try to. Good night, Mary. So many dots. It's been a few days since I last talked to Twyla. Well, I mean, I had been talking to her. But she isn't the easiest to hold a conversation with. Then she wants to talk about the butcher. There's really nothing we have to talk about. And things regarding it have been pretty quiet recently. Well, on my end at least. I don't know what Twyla's doing, or if she's found anything. I feel like she doesn't really trust me. But that's fair. We don't really know each other too well. But maybe she'll start to trust me the more we work together. That's how friendship works, right? Anyway, I'm spending today at home, like I've been. Going out is nice, but I need a little break every once in a while, too. Not Croven, though, apparently. He always leaves the house, even if it's not a nice day. He stays out all day, too, so it can get pretty lonely when he's not around. But it's not so bad. I've been able to keep myself pretty entertained. I started reading the book that old bookstore owner had given me. I saw the title, How to Talk to Ghosts. I figured it was, well, figurative. I thought it would be some spooky story with a clever title. But to my surprise, it was written as more of an instructional guide. It was a very interesting read. And I'm curious as to how they got all this information anyway. Take a sip of gamer juice before we get into this. Oh, fuck yeah. As previously mentioned, ghosts exist on a different plane of existence. That much is obvious. Yet they can't communicate with us, despite their beings existing on a separate layer from ours. You see, time and time again, their attempts to reach us. Perhaps it is because they are angry. Perhaps it is because they are lonely. Does each ghost exist on their own? Or do spirits share a realm with one another, expanding and everlasting? Is there a heaven? Is there hell? Is there only one purgatory, stretching for miles beyond what we can comprehend? These are questions I cannot yet answer. For if I could, I wouldn't be here writing this right now, would I? But there is a question I have been able to answer. Since ghosts can make contact with us, I often wondered, could we contact them? Sure, you've heard of psychics and mediums and whatnot, but that is only half of what I'm talking about. Being born with the innate ability is a factor, of course, but I wanted to delve deeper than that. Despite where they may exist, they can clearly affect things in our realm. They can reach us. And like one-way glass, I know they can see us. But what if we could see them? It is not enough to hear them. I wanted to see them, to travel where they were. I believe that when you die, perhaps your soul can become unrestricted. But what if we can accomplish the opposite? What if a living being had the ability to unrestrict itself from death? Oh, I missed... history. That sounds like crazy talk. But you will find that I successfully... Oh, my phone is ringing. Hello? Hi. Oh, hi Twyla. Do you need something? No. What kind of? Remember we went to Cypress Side the other day? Yes, of course. Why? Do you happen to remember the name of the guy you talked to? You mean Ed? Yes, but his last name also. Rythward? Thank you. I was sure I had it right, but I just wanted some confirmation. Oh, okay. Is there anything else you need from me? Or him? I mean, you can call instead of text. I mean, you did call instead of text, so... Oh, that was to ensure I got an immediate response. Oh, well, okay. If you need more info on him, I'm going to visit him this weekend, so... In the cemetery. No, in the retirement home. Mary. You know he died, right? Huh? I mean, I figured you kept on top of all that stuff. You didn't know. He died the day we went. Guess that emergency he had was serious after all. It also means the butcher could have been there when we were. That's why I was looking more into it just now. I hope you weren't too attached. I'll talk to you later. I was heartbroken. The butcher could have been there. Was it because of us? Because we were there investigating them? Were they on our trail? Did Ed die because we... I had trouble sleeping that night. I made sure to stop at the cemetery every day, finding out as much information as I could. If he really did die because I wasn't going to miss his funeral. Normally I would, when I put flowers on graves, especially new ones I haven't seen before, I bring flowers to grow myself. Buying them can get expensive, and it feels more genuine to grow my own. But I had just been growing a new patch. I didn't have any new flowers I could bring. So I took all the little buds I could gather, and wrapped them up, and invited myself in. Wouldn't you know, his funeral was the same day I was planning on visiting him? Isn't it funny how life works? Normally, I don't cry at funerals. I mean, at least the ones where I don't know the person well. But I had to cry now. I had no choice but to cry. All I could think about was him sitting there in his room, talking about how lonely he was. How no one ever came to visit him. Well, they came to visit now. He wasn't alone now, right? I didn't talk to any of his family, and they didn't talk to me. And I was fine with that. I didn't want to explain my reason for being here. The overwhelming sense of guilt was enough weight on my shoulders. I didn't want to have to explain it to them too. I normally don't feel like the outlast family members their own family's funerals. But I couldn't help it this time. I had to stay. I had to stay as long as I could, to somehow possibly make up for what I may have caused. Family members dwindled, and eventually they all left. Sure, they were confused that I didn't. But I didn't want to move from the spot, even if you tried to drag me. Oh, Ed. I'm so sorry. You didn't deserve this. I'm so sorry. This might be my fault. Maybe she was right. Maybe if I had helped her more. If we worked quicker, maybe. Your family came to visit, you know. Just like you wanted them to. They all seem to miss you a lot. And I hope you know that they were thinking of you. And your wife. You. You're right next to her, you know. I've been leaving her flowers for so long. And I hope you know that. I was taking care of her this whole time. So I'm sure she wasn't lonely. Maybe you won't be either, now that you're beside her. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say other than I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I must have been really exhausted. The guilt I was feeling, and how much I cried. I don't even remember falling asleep. I had just been leaning against his gravestone crying. Next thing I knew, I was waking up in the ground of an unfamiliar place. Oh yeah, the spirit realm! I forgot this was a thing. There you go, into the spirit realm. Totally forgot. I picked myself up off the ground and looked around. I hope everybody knows, reading is not gonna happen. Everything seemed strange. There was a faint green glow all around. It felt foggy and moist. Finally, there was a house that seemed similar to a cabin, but this wasn't the cabin, was it? I had no clue where I was. What do? End the episode here, actually. That's what I'm gonna do. So, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully, I will see you later.